In this video, we will draw on our understanding of constant percent change to better understand exponents and exponential functions. In your student workbook in Module 4 Investigation 1, the table above question 13 shows three different ways to represent three different numbers. Looking at the middle column, we can see that the number 2000 can be represented as 2 multiplied times itself 4 times 5 multiplied times itself 3 times. Notice that we can write out the repeated multiplication 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and that we can also use exponential notation as a sort of shorthand for these operations. And we can say 2 raised to the 4th power, which is much less cumbersome. Practice using these words to represent these mathematical situations, 2 raised to the 4th power, that would involve repeatedly multiplying a number times itself, as you complete the problems in this investigation. In question 13, note that Jerry's weight is increasing by 5% every year. If this is true, and we know how much Jerry weighed last year, what number must we multiply Jerry's weight last year by to know what he will weigh this year? Use the reasoning you have developed about percent change from our last exploration to fill in the table in Part A. After you have the values determined in Part A, answer questions B, C, D, and E. There are a number of ways you can reason to answer these questions, and that's good. Try as many as you can. See if you can identify more than one way to come to an answer for these parts. Finally, questions 14 and 15 make slight changes to the Jerry's weight problem setup. Consider these changes. For example, they may change Jerry's initial weight, or they might change the way that Jerry's weight is changing. So, consider these changes and complete questions 14 and 15 to see how your answer in Part C would change under these new conditions. Submit your answers to all parts of questions 13, 14, and 15 in Module 4 Investigation 1 using your instructor's preferred method by the time and date that your instructor has identified.